Here I am in my lovely new shed. I am currently working on the cylinder heads, or the cylinder head, parts of the cylinder head of this new Chevrolet engine that we've got. Now, I've extracted several valves already, and that's what they look like, each and every one of them. So then you've got your rocker and the associated nut. I've got my new phone, but I don't want to use that one. I want to use this one. And you've got your valve and the springs. So this is where it differs. You see, one valve's different to the other one. You've got a valve with that. That looks like that. And you've got one of those. And then the spring's a very interesting spring. It's not just a spring; it's a spring inside a spring. That looks very boring. And then you've got the valve, and Fred Dibner says, well, there you go, there's your proper, there's the valve proper. And then what it needs is these sort of valve stem seals. But we're just looking on the internet. These are new valve stem seals. It sits on that second ridge. And the collet is what that is, one of them. And that attaches to the top of that. If you hold it like that, you see how it fits like that, and the seal goes underneath of that. So the collet goes there, there's two of them, one on either side, and then you've got your rubber O-ring that fits onto that. But apparently I'm supposed to push that down, compress it down, and then you put your O-ring on, and then you put your collets in, and then it stops it, and it stops the oil going down that hole and sliding down the shaft and then getting burned in combustion chamber. Now, some of these engines, like my other one for instance, on my other Trans Am, it's got the rubber thing on there all the way along. Every one of them's got one of them on. You don't have those ones on top. You don't have them. You notice this is a different sort. Now if I get that part and that part, that one and that one, just drop that back over top of there a minute. You notice that's a different sort. It's got that type of shape and that type of shape. So I've removed all of these ones. And them ones don't seem to have got a valve stem seal around there. Stop the oil going down the hole. So it stops it going down that part. It shields it, and the oil from the rocker, because the oil runs down and it does what it does. And that little groove on that there goes down where the pipe goes down, and it's at an angle, so it's sort of tipped this way, and then the oil runs down there and then goes all over that and then drips down the edge. Because it's sort of raised up, you won't get the oil that's welling up going down the hole, causing it to burn smoke, and create smoke. But the ones that they're showing me on the internet, this particular one sounds like there's one below, so I'm going to have to take it apart and find out. And I don't have a memory card at the moment, so I'm recording it with this one because I want to use this type of camera. Before I was doing it, I put the camera over here on this old thing, and we've got a lot more rubbish around here now. Now we're going to put it, situate it in a way to see it, but unfortunately that's where I was stood when I was doing my upholstery. When it comes down to this sort of work, it needs to be situated in a way. You need a million hands to do the job. With this type of camera and this type of phone that I use to record the footage inside the garage with the Night Rider before, well, I've started to use my new phone, which is a higher resolution, and it looks all crisp and wonderful, but sometimes it needs to be a bit more blurry like this, so it's a bit more relaxing on your brain. So